So, doctor, let's talk about facelifts. What is the average age of a woman that comes to you for a facelift?
Most of our patients would be between the ages of 55 and 60. However, very often we'd find ourselves treating patients up to the age of 80. And occasionally we even get patients who are younger, perhaps in their late 30s, where they've had lots of weight loss and suddenly find that they've got tons of excess skin hanging off the lower parts of the face, or have heavy nasolabial folds or cheeks, and they want to have a facelift just to refine or redefine their jawlines and facial contours.
And for instance, with the patients who are in their 30s, as they age, which obviously they will do naturally, will that reverse the results of the facelift and will they end up needing another one?
So one would never stop aging. So the way to think about it is someone's on a timeline and you're aging consistently. What the facelift or neck lift surgery would do is set back the 0 point. So you would go backwards on the graph, and unfortunately you do still continue to age, perhaps at a slower rate because of the tightening effect of the surgery. But unfortunately, one does still age. And it is often that we would treat patients with a procedure that have had one perhaps 20 or 15 years prior to that.
And how does a patient look and how do they feel when they wake up from surgery?
Face and neck lift patients will describe that they feel their faces are somewhat numb because of the local anesthetic we use, but also they would describe lots of tightness. And certainly when they look in the mirror, they're quite pleased because the results are immediately evident, even through the swelling, where jaw lines are better defined, the facial lines have softened, and the consistency of the skin looks younger and healthier because of the tightening effects of the surgery.
And does facelift affect your hair?
Facelifts could affect your hair in terms of the hairlines where one stitches. So particularly in the areas behind the ear, along the hairline that goes around the back of the scalp, you may find you lose some of the hair follicles, but over time those do recover. The other area of concern would be over the temporal area, particularly in a full facelift, where it would be there'd be a scarline along the temporal area. There's a temporary loss of hair follicles, and over the 2 or 3 months after the surgery, as the swelling settles down, the hair follicles tend to recover.
And what is the recovery journey like after facelift?
Facelifts also take around 6 weeks to heal fully. There's lots of swelling and bruising at the beginning, and often patients feel like their faces feel bigger. But generally, by the second week, things starting to settle down, and by the 6th week, everything's contoured nicely, and most of the swelling's gone.